What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of the 1,000-Year Blood War, baby. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm got my Bleach pants back on. So yeah, as I mentioned this in the reaction video, in the reaction for the episode that's already out by the time it's already out while I'm recording this, man. And in, like, you know, I mentioned the Yhwach review and such. Yeah, due to like everything with Yhwach and bad blood airing at the same time, man. All today, man. Yeah, this review is already for the Max Delivered review. It is currently 9:49 at the time if I'm recording this, so it should not be starts at like midnight. So there's a good chance that this review that you guys aren't gonna be seeing this review till Sunday. But if I can at least get the audio done by that point, by midnight or whatever, which you're not stuck, man, I will be a happy man. But yeah, man, first episode of the season, man. Or the core, I should say. What an episode this was, man. What a phenomenal. Period Films was low-key just flexing the fact that, yeah, motherfucker, we are Period Films, bitch. Like, emphasis on the film. Because no lie, bro, they felt like they were flexing through this whole episode, man. It looked incredible. The OP and the ED, which we'll obviously talk about once we get to those parts of the episodes. Of the episodes, not episodes. We'll talk more about it there, man. But yeah, man, this was an amazing episode, man. Incredibly directed, animated, storyboarded, everything, effects work. You know, they were hitting on all cylinders, man, with this episode, man. But, yeah, man, let's just jump right into the actual episode. And we started the episode off with the OP, man, which I have to say, man, this OP is godly. I think out of all the OPs we have gotten throughout all the three cores of the 1,000-Year Blood, which also was recommend this guy. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know that I finally finished the original Bleach series, man. Yes, I finally finished it, man. I have the final bits of reaction clips I'm going to be posting already loaded up and everything, man. I just need to find time to sit down and edit them, which it's been hard to find the time because I've been so busy with other videos, man. But hopefully, you know, I'll find the time soon so I can probably post those guys. I was hoping to get them done today, but I was working on Dawn to Dawn at the time, man, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm going to bed right after this, man, this is taking too long, it took too long. But yeah, man, so this one is easily done, and man, do they start off so strong, man, with this OP, man. With this godly shot, looks like it's straight out of like out of the Suicide Squad, something. With Ichigo standing on top, there with rubble behind him. The background is blank until you see original work / general supervision, Taite Kubo, and big ass red letters, man. It looks fucking awesome, man. This shit goes so hard, man. And I also say, another thing I absolutely adore about this OP is the fact that it's more or less completely black and white with only like the primary colors of each character or what their power set is being the only prominent colors you actually see, man. And it just looks godly. Now, also judging from this OP and as well as we see in the ED as well, it seems that Issei, Shunsui, and Juichiro are all going to have major, and Renji as well, are all going to have major showcase episodes. Now, I have Shuichi's original BBS when they like first did the Bleach Brave for those characters, Byakuya, him, Kamamura, and Toshiro. I have his render. So I already know more than I have a feeling, I kind of have an idea of what's going to be happening with him. At least it's something just from looking at it. So I'm hoping we get to see that in this core. We'll have to wait and see on that. Juichiro, it looks like he's been training. We haven't seen bits of him throughout the past two cores of like him training or something. It looks like this core is up in the time where we're gonna see him in action, fucking some shit up. I wish Liam O'Brien was still voicing a dub, but hey, Alex is pretty good too. That's a fucking dub, man. But anyway, we also see Issei as well, man. I also have her BBS render as well. I think I actually have her like 6-star as well. So I played around with her a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they got Issei doing. Issei's cool, man. I dig Issei. We see Bosby as well. It looks like he's going to be facing off against Hushwonk, because as you guys know, he's like the only, him and Lily Toto are like the only surviving, Stern Ridders, because, Yhwach killed them all to like suck up their energy to like boost up the other Stern Ridders that he had with them on his squad. So, obviously, man, it's coming for revenge. I hope we see Lily Toto as well, because, she's cool, and I get to hear more of Jeremy, but we'll have to wait and see on that, man. But hopefully she has some screen time as well, man. And she's in the ED too, along with Bambi, which is nice to see, man. But yeah, and the song itself, man, is just incredible, man. I love it. And Mayuri, we see his new updated form as well. We see Grimmjow as well, man, chasing down fuckboy Aizen. So I'm excited to see Grimmjow, man. And must I say, man is dripped the fuck out, man. But then again, it's cool. That man always had his characters drip the fuck out. I'm excited to see Grimmjow. To see him finally do, because we got like he's got little bits of cameos in the previous 2 cores, or at least in core 1. But it's finally time he gets some real screen time, man. And I'm excited to see Grimmjow in this core, man. But yeah, the song itself is fucking fantastic, man. We see Ichigo and Uryu going at it again, so hopefully this time we're probably gonna get their fucking fight. You know, Core 2 made it seem like we were gonna want some fight by it, but we did get the fight, man. So I guess Core 3 is where we get to see it, man. We also one other thing I've already mentioned about this OP I love is that Renji. I like that there's this one shot as a reference to the volume 37, not 37, 73 cover with Renji behind it, with Renji. I thought it was a nice little nod to that, man. I'm excited to see what they got Renji, because it looks like he's also going to have a major showcase this core as well. I'm excited. This OP is godly, man. This is honestly probably like, if we're talking like easily probably like a top 5 favorite Bleach OP of all time, man. Like, it's up there, man. This OP is godly. But anyway, on to the actual episode. Now we start the episode off with basically, honestly, almost the entire first half of the episode, like almost like 10 minutes, almost like 10 whole minutes of the episode, is literally just recap. It's just, I think they might have added slight extra bits of footage, maybe new perspectives on certain things. I don't know entirely, because, I haven't gone back and watched this previous episode. But more or less, they recapped the last couple of episodes in the first 10 minutes, man. Which, obviously perfectly fine. Give us refreshment. It's been about a year, but it wasn't until I actually looked at the episode and went back to rewatch before I started recording. They're like, oh shit, this takes like this is like almost the entire first half of the episode. It's just recap, man. But yeah, but we do get one new scene that I know for a fact that was not in there. Whereas Senjumaru is unleashing her Bankai on the Quincy, we cut over back to Ichigo and the crew, to Ichigo and the crew as they're making their way up to the Soul Palace, and they actually feel like Senjumaru's spiritual pressure. And Ganju, which I'm excited to hear Colin Hebert back again, because he also gets I forgot to mention the OP, but we also finally get to see Chair-sama for the first time in the anime in the OP, man. And the way this episode ends with Aizen, man. Whoa, am I excited, man. Aizen's gonna make his return, man. I'm excited, man. I am excited to see Aizen's return, man. I'm sure Kyle Hebert is itching to get some real screen time and to get some real time in the booth back with him again, man. Once the dub starts airing, which actually, fun fact that you guys probably don't know, JYB and Kyle Hebert actually grew up shockingly close to each other in Texas. I didn't know that till it was mentioned on Cassandra Lee Morris, who you guys know as the voice of Sugu, Morgana, shit ton of other characters in Bleach, and not Bleach, but in various other animes, like Koda and Hirawaka, man. She's voiced a shit ton of different characters. Anyway, she mentioned on her podcast when she had Kyle Hebert on there, which was the latest episode, at least at the time of this recording, that they grew up shockingly close to each other in Texas. So, yeah, man, this was truly all a part of Aizen's plan, bro. But anyway, man, as I was saying, Ganju's kind of surprised by this, and Yoruichi, which it'll be good to hear Wendy Lee voicing Yoruichi again in the Bleach anime without any fuckery this time. Fuck you, Viz. Anyway, fuck you, Viz. To be fair, that's my bad. It was Studiopolis that fucked up. He was without. Viz was the one that corrected my mistake, Viz. I apologize. Although apparently they did fuck up the OP, because you guys know the OP for the third core dropped like the day before the episode aired. I didn't watch it or nothing. I didn't react to it because I was like, the episode's dropping tomorrow. I'll just wait. But anyway, so apparently, I know James tweeted something about them fucking up a bit of the audio in the episode in the OP or something. I haven't gone back and checked it myself, but yeah, that's what he said. But Viz being Viz. Anyway, enough me rambling. So, like I said, Yoruichi mentioned that's probably her Bankai. Ganju is shocked by this because he's never felt spiritual pressure like that. Orihime, which it was good to hear Orihime again, man. I cannot wait for the dub this air so I get to hear, of course, our girl Stephanie Shea, which I'm not gonna keep rambling. But anyway, so she mentioned that she was your time on Squad Zero, and Ichigo tells her, yeah, that you guys probably haven't met that person yet. He tells her on a whole different level, and And Orihime mentioned, like, oh, they must be really powerful. Maybe they can even beat the Quincy's, man. And Orihime being her cute, fine-ass self, man. You love to see it, man. It was good that she got some screen time this episode. And God's like, yeah, she's right, man. Like, that I gotta feel that God does not want that smoke, man. He does not want Yhwach smoke. I get it, which I can't blame it, because Yhwach is a very powerful character in the Bleach universe. But like I said, by this point, man, this is just straight up recap for the last couple of episodes, man. It was good to revisit it, but I'm not gonna rehash anything. You guys want my thoughts? Just watch my review for those episodes. Watch my final review for Part 2 if you want my thoughts on this part of the episode, man. So once we finally get to the new Kanye episode, we start right where we left off with the previous episode, with Yhwach falling down after he's been painted black and he's given the characters of ants, and his name has been redacted to you, or to Yuho, or whatever the hell it was. That whole sequence, man, was fucking wrong. But anyway, Yhwach says that I never imagined that I could see this much with my eyes closed. And then from there, the effects for this episode, I also say, was absolutely spectacular, man. The effects for this episode, man, looked incredible. As he starts to open like this portal or whatever behind Ichibe, where he teleports there, and then stabs Ichibe with his sword. Ichibe is, of course, shocked and wondering how the hell he's still alive and not dead yet. We see the character start to fade out there as the black starts to come off his body, and he's regained his power. The 9 years of strength have finally elapsed. As Hostile says, like, he regains his mind after 300 years. Blah 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 blah. You guys already know his whole spiel. But anyway, we do find out what happens if he does open his eyes before the 9 years of strength have elapsed. Where basically by that point his powers go completely out of control, and it's not because due to him like underestimating the opponent, it's just because his powers will go out of control if he tries to open his eyes before the 9 years have elapsed. Now Yhwach has regained all of his powers, and he's now fighting at full strength. We then have her back with also this is a really nice transition as well, when like when we see that when right where with the Yhwach, then like you see like the fabrics burn that when they're inside Senjumaru's Bankai to reveal Hashwell. I thought that was a nice little transition there. That was really cool. But anyway, Ichibe tries to attack Yhwach with his like pen sword thing. I forget what his Zanpakuto was called. But by this point, man, we found the man basically has a Sharingan at this point. Man. He can predict your movements, man, and you can't hit him with nothing. I also did like when when Ichibe went to stab Yhwach, right before he would teleport right behind Ichibe, the colors inverted and everything, man. I really like that shot. That shot looked really, 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 really cool. And we also, I forgot about it, we also found that the power that we also found he is out of all, and that his strength, I believe is what it's called, is the letter A. Makes sense that he would be the first letter, given, he is the king of the Quincy's, and his power is called the Almighty. Badass name, I have to say, man. That's a nice name. So then we get over back with Uryu. He is now breaking out of whatever containment Sanjumar had him under, and now he's facing her down. And I love this wide shot where you see Uryu with his bow out there, right at Sanjumaru, and Sanjumaru's looking right at him. And you get to see her like fabric in the background, man. It's such a cool. Like I said, the storyboarding, cinematography, the animation, everything in this episode, man, was firing on all cylinders, man. Like I said, Period Films was basically just showcasing you, just like, we are Period Films, motherfucker. They were just flexing throughout this entire episode. And then we see Uryu's like eyes start to change color to like a red, and we see like the blue lines coming after him, which obviously further like due to Yhwach's awakening that started to awaken the powers that Uryu had unlocked when he drank Yhwach's blood. And Senjumaru says, don't worry, if you have trouble sleeping, I can help by sewing your eyes shut. I love Senjumaru, man. She's on. I am so sad she ended up dying in this episode, man. Basically, everyone from Squad Zero got killed, man. I wish she survived, man. She was so awesome, man. As well as extremely hot. But, it is what it is, man. These damn Quincy's, man, killing all the baddies. They kill off Bambi, they kill off Candace, and now they kill off Senjumaru, man. This is just abhorrent, man. You're killing all the baddies, man. This ain't right. But anyway, Senjumaru starts throwing some of her fabrics towards Uryu. He manages to dodge him, and the animation here looks spectacular, man. When we see him dodge her fabrics, but then he lands on the ground, and the ground turns to lava, literally, and then he's back into the air as her fabrics are chasing after him once again. And you actually get to see like Senjumaru popping up on the earth, like body popping up on the various fabrics around Uryu before they start to surround him. As she says, "What legacy can one forsake, and one sword forsake, and a soul can possibly leave?" And she says, "Your kind have outlived your time. I will eradicate your entire bloodline here and now." Badass, badass, badass. But eventually, after all the fighting and trying to dodge her fabrics, she also starts summoning hollows. Yo, just a bunch of hollows. So Uryu's got to fight those along with the fabric. But eventually, he ends up getting caught by her fabrics. And as she then reaches Uryu, she says, "Don't worry, I'm not Mayuri. Tinkering with dead bodies is not my cup of tea." Which I thought was funny considering what happens later on in the episode with Uryu, and a lot of people were posting clips of that scene to when Uryu was fighting Mayuri back in the Soul Society arc. So a nice little callback there, or I guess a double callback from this scene, and then I guess later on this. But anyway, she says she's not Mayuri. She doesn't take her body with not forte, and then she takes one of her needles and hits or stabs or whatever Uryu in the back of the neck. Before transferring her back to Yhwach. And Yhwach says that you're wondering why I didn't die back there, or why your powers peeled away from me, and why you are going to lose. Ichibe scoffs as like, you think I'd lose? And then he goes on about like, how do you plan to win when I control all that is black? And then we get to see Ichibe's Bankai. Oh my god. Now we did see parts of this was already revealed during, I think it was like Club Outside is where this clip premiere we saw. I think it was Club Outside, might have been during the event where Rebirth of Souls gameplay was first shown off with Morita. Which actually, guys, fun fact, Taguchi is actually on my friends list for Bleach Soul Puzzle. Yeah, man, if you guys don't know, on Taguchi's Twitter, like when the game finally released, he posted like a screenshot of what his like friend ID was. He was like, "Hey, you send me a friend quiz," and I did, and he actually accepted it. So I got Taguchi on my friends list, motherfuckers. And Bleach Soul Pals. I'm gonna be real though, I barely played it, man. I'm not into match 3 games, man, but I do have my phone. I'll probably play it again some other time, man, just to support Bleach. And I do want to get the acrylic sands on my favorite characters, so I can have them all there, pristine looking and everything, man. But yeah. There you go, man. Yeah, Taguchi's on my friends list. First time I can say I have an anime director on my friends list on something. Bit of bragging rights there, man. Bit of bragging rights there, man. But anyway, once we get there, man, everything is in black and white, man. It looks fucking incredible. But then we see Ichibe do this whole song and dance right before releasing his Bankai. I am curious to see if this is actually going to get dubbed, because you guys know that, like, dubbing songs in anime is its whole own shitstorm with red tape and everything, man. And sometimes animes get to dub the songs. Most of the time, they don't. I don't think, I'm curious because this one, and the song itself is amazing. Like, Ichibe's, lyrics are great, man. But the instrumentals themselves from Sagasu, man, is once again incredible. Like, the music this whole episode, man, was spectacular. Sagasu cooked as he always is, man. And I really like the music that was played during this sequence, man. It was really, really good. But yeah, I am curious if this would get dubbed when the dub of Core 3 starts airing. This is their major. It probably will get dubbed because it's not like a full-on like song. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Either way, the song slaps. And then eventually, he then releases his Bankai, which a lot of people have been like saying that looks like a domain expansion, which I'm not gonna lie, it definitely does seem like it, man. Now, whether or not Taguchi is inspired, because you guys know Jujutsu Kaisen is heavily inspired by Bleach, whether or not Taguchi was heavily inspired by Jujutsu Kaisen when he was creating Senjumaru and Ichibe's Bankais or whatnot, man, I don't know, like I said, I don't know how much of this was in the manga originally, man, because you guys are anime only. But regardless, man, it definitely does look like a domain. But if you ask me, both Senjumaru's And Ichibe's Bankais look way cooler than any domain expansion in Jujutsu Kaisen, if I'm being real, man. Like, they lay shit on Jujutsu Kaisen's domain that you have my perfect, because you see like this huge like structure with skulls appear. You see it's all black and white with red being with there being a red outline around the characters, man, inside the environment, man. It just looks so fucking cool, man. Just absolutely great. Like the actual animation during the transformation itself is just jaw-dropping, man. It is so incredible, man. It's such an incredible cut, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, Perion, like I said, they were just flexing this entire episode. But we've learned this Bankai's name, Futen Taisatsu Ryo, if I'm pronouncing that right. It was good to see a Bankai that doesn't have an ultra long ass name. You guys know, like, for some reason, a lot of the new characters that begin their Bankais in the Blood War have like weirdly long ass names for their Bankais, man. Like Shinji, Senjumaru. I don't know why they make them so damn long. That is kind of necessary, man. But then we find out that this area that is his Bankai is built up from 100 knights that were stolen from the Soul Society 100 years from now. So. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that works, but we rock with it, man. And so as he starts explaining his Bankai and its origins and everything, man, Yhwach actually starts like mimicking him, or he starts like finishing his sentence for him, because obviously, you know, he has the eye. He now has his eyes in his full power. He can now see into the future, and like he said, there's no room for comprehension or countermeasure against my power. And so Ichibe charges right towards Yhwach, and then the man fucking explodes. Like, bro, you guys saw some of my reaction, which like I said is already up on the channel, but my jaw was up. I was like, what the fuck? He blew him the fuck up. He exploded. What the fuck? Like, bro, I was absolutely flabbergasted during this scene of the anime, man. This was incredible. So now we see that Uryu, we get back to Uryu, he's now got these wings, like these like wing-like structures behind him, man. And Senjumaru asks, like, how do you plan to escape my Bankai? Uryu says, that's what an odd thing to say, Soul Reaper, because you're the one trapped by your Bankai. And then we see Senjumaru is wrapped up in her fabrics. How that happened, I do not know. Maybe Uryu caused that, man. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, he pulls out his bow and says, on my honor as a Quincy, I will kill you, which, as you guys know, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people were saying this was a nice callback to his fight with Mayuri, where he said the exact same thing to Mayuri right before he finished him off at the end of their fight, which that was such an amazing fight, man. Uryu and Mayuri, man, fantastic. That definitely turned me into a Nemo Uryu shipper. Not gonna lie. I don't know if that's ever I'm not sure if Uryu and Nemo actually get like paired up together. Like they barely have interacted since then, to be fair. But I kind of dug their dynamic from when we saw them in Soul Society arc. And I do remember actually Loki shipping them when I was watching the Bleach anime back then, man. But yeah, I guess we'll find out at the end of the series, man, if they end up together or not. Whatever the case may be, he fires the arrow, it kills Senjumaru, her Bankai, dissipates, man. Which, like I said, I'm sad to see her go, man. She was awesome, man. And then finally Yhwach meets up with the rest of the Stern Ridders. They kneel before him, man, as he makes his way up to the Soul Palace. Which, oh my god, man, like I said, Period were just flexing this entire episode. Because as he approaches them, you got these like blue steps that appear as they lead him right to the Soul Palace, man. We get this beautiful rotating shot of them of the steps forming as Yhwach's climbing up it, man. It just looked absolutely spectacular, man. Finally, Yhwach reaches the top, meeting the Soul King, and he says, do you hear it? The sounds of my footsteps. They are the bells that toll for the King of the Three Worlds. And then that's when we cut over to the ED. Now, the ED itself, once again, is the song slaps, man. The visuals are immaculate, man. Both the OP and the ED are both a feast for y'all, man. It is so beautiful, man. There isn't really much to talk about here. It's just a lot of just really gorgeous shots, man. Like we see, like amazing, like we get this beautiful sideways where we see what I'm assuming you're supposed to represent. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak. The world of the living with the Soul Society, or maybe more of like heaven and hell, because Hellverse is now starting to become a thing in the Bleach canon. We had that one-shot chapter come out there and everything, man. And Kubo's obviously working on Hellverse stuff, so I'm not sure if this was represent like maybe the world of the living with the Soul Society, or the world of the living plus, or like the Soul Society with Hell. Either way, man, it is a beautiful shot. Before we see the logo pop up there, man, we get amazing shots of Ichigo and Uryu and Yhwach as well. We get a bunch of gorgeous shots of the various characters, man. We see Ichigo and Orihime together fighting together, man, which they both look absolutely incredible, man. Juishiro's shot goes fucking hard, dog. Like, I am really curious what they got Juishiro doing, man, because they've been really low-key hyping him up with the OP and the ED, man. I don't know what they got him doing, what they got him up doing, what he's been sitting in that room training for all these times throughout both cores, man. But it looks like man's ready to fuck shit up. And I am all here for it, man. We also, of course, we get to see Lord Aizen and Chair-sama. I am so excited to see Chair-sama. And also my girl Bambi. Bambi gets a slight cameo in the ED as well, which is good to see her, along with Candace. Fuck you, Giselle. Goshiro also makes a cameo appearance in the ED as well, which was nice to see, man. And yeah, we then get over to the post-credit scene where... This is a hell of a way for them to enter the battlefield, man, because literally, right when they exit out of the pillar that I believe was like, it was, Urahara shot him out of, man, they're literally greeted by Ichibe's exploded corpse. Of course, Orihime is absolutely shocked by this and rushes to heal him, and I'm like, Orihime, my girl, my queen, my babe, my whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? My best girl, man. You know I love you. But you can't save this man. This man is too far gone. I don't know why you trying, man. Why you are trying to heal him, man. The man is literally fucking exploded. I don't know what horror even thought she was gonna do trying to heal this man. I know she's like ultra powerful. Like is one of the most powerful characters in the Bleach universe, man. But like, she ain't that powerful, bruh. To be right, having people rise from the, or maybe she can, man. To be fair, she kind of did that with Ichigo, low key, back in with Hueco Mundo. So, but you guys get my point. Anyway, Ichigo starts to hear Ichibe's voice in his head, telling him to say his name. He says his name, and then he finally reappears, man. There, I had to throw in a Joe Hendry joke in there, man. I had to throw in a reference to Joe Hendry. Say his name, man. Okay. Anyway, he reappears, man. His body reforms, and of course, Orihime is shocked. We said Ichigo and Ginjo are absolutely flabbergasted by this, man, which is definitely meme-worthy. That's definitely a meme-worthy shot. Anyway, guys, so Ichibe explains that now they took everything relies on names or whatnot, and that then Ichigo says his name allowed him to take a little bit of his power to be able to regain his body. And then he gives him and basically tells Ichigo that he is the only one that can stop Yhwach. By the time he regains his power, it's already too late. So it's up to Ichigo to defeat Yhwach. It says, I don't need you to kill him, I just need you to stop him. Tells him that if the Soul King dies, then Hueco Mundo, the Lord of the Living, and the Serite are all going to just collapse on themselves, man, so that they have to stop Yhwach. And he even says, Ichigo, please protect the Soul Society. I know they're called it. He didn't say the exact thing as Byakuya did, but, you know, pretty closely. It was almost verbatim the same line. So, we cut over to Ichigo and the others rushing up towards the Soul Palace. We end the episode off with Yhwach finally reaching the Soul King, stabbing him and saying, farewell, Soul King, the one who sees the future, my father. Now, what the fuck does that mean, man? Is Yhwach the son of the Soul King, man? Is there some familial bond between the two of these, man? Does he mean that in some other context? Does he mean someone else is his father, not the Soul King? I don't know, bro. I guess we'll find out next week, or whatever. We also get to see, I almost forgot to mention, we also see Shunsui meet up with Aizen in the prison area. So, y'all know I'm excited to see Aizen get some more screen time, man. And I can't wait to hear Kyle Hebert once he does, man. Get to see Chair-sama, finally. But anyway, guys, that is where I'm getting this episode off, man. An absolutely banger, incredible episode of the 1,000 Year Blood War, man. Great way to start the core, man. I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me so you feel like it. Links across below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
So look back.